8 Most Crazy Conspiracy Theories in NBA History. Conspiracy theories have played a significant role in the NBA, particularly during David Stern's lengthy tenure as commissioner. Welcome back to our channel. We're back with another informative video. And today, we will be talking about the 8 most crazy conspiracy theories in NBA history. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Stern joined the league in 1984 and immediately had to deal with a 1985 fraud conspiracy theory. This wasn't the first time he had to deal with conspiracy theories circulating in the media. Conspiracy theories are only one more minor aspect that adds to the league's intrigue and provides something new to discuss. It gives the company the appearance of being a living, breathing thing. Here are the most prominent conspiracy theories in the history of the league, just for fun and looking back at the last 25 years. Let's begin. Number 8 conspiracy theory is LeBron's relationships with women. A rumor that LeBron's relationships with women have harmed his play in the latter stages of the playoffs have circulated for the previous 2 years. First, everyone ran with the significant allegation that Delonte West had an affair with LeBron James' mother, Gloria, back in 2010. Despite the fact that Delonte's playing time significantly decreased in the series against the Celtics when he was one of their 4 best players, there is some circumstantial evidence to support the notion. Another story regarding one of LeBron's ladies, his girlfriend, having relationships with Rashard Lewis surfaced during the previous season. The idea gathered momentum when Stephen A. Smith mentioned that LeBron was dealing with personal issues. These rumors have surfaced 2 years in succession. I don't particularly appreciate using them as a foundation for any fact. Using Stephen A. Smith to support them doesn't precisely uphold journalistic ethics. Number 7 crazy conspiracy theories NBA cheating Game 6 of the 2002 Western Conference. In the series' 6th game, the Lakers were tied and behind the Sacramento Kings 3-2. The Lakers won by 4 points in the 4th quarter after making 27 free throws and scoring 16 of their final 18 points. That series would end with the Lakers winning the NBA title. Tim Donaghy, a former NBA referee who quit and later admitted to betting on NBA games, made an argument for the validity of the conspiracy years later by claiming to have heard of a manipulated game that matched the description of the playoff game. Donaghy did not play the game in question. Therefore, his account is, at best, based on second-hand information. It was probably simply a rough estimate to support his assertion that he wasn't the only referee who rigged games. Number 6 conspiracy theory is the draft lottery in 2010 and 2011. Even though some of the reports are entirely unfounded, I believe David Stern would genuinely act in this way. After the Cleveland Cavaliers won this year's draft lottery, David Kahn, of all people, started this conspiracy theory. The Cavaliers' podium featured Dan Gilbert's neurofibromatosis-afflicted 14-year-old son. After the Cavaliers won the lottery, Kahn claimed this league has a history, and I'm just going to say habit, of producing some pretty spectacular narrative lines, implying that Stern may have rigged the results so that the lottery would produce the most nuanced possible tale. When Abe Pollin's widow appeared on the podium for Washington in 2010, something similar occurred. Like any good conspiracy theory, this one is replete with circumstantial evidence, but nothing will ever come to light as long as David Stern is in charge. Number 5 conspiracy theory is rigged NBA draft in 1985. The premier franchise in the league needed a star, and Patrick Ewing was one of the best prospects in recent memory. Additionally, the individual who places the envelopes in the bin appears to hurl one against the side, and David Stern picks out an envelope with the Knicks emblem inside that seems to have a bent corner. According to a second scenario, the Knicks envelope was frozen, which would make Stern's identification easier. It would be simpler to do so before bringing them out if the NBA wanted to alert Stern by bending a corner of the envelope. Nobody would have seen a bent corner because they were piled. Additionally, it would remove the chance that throwing it against the side would not bend it. There is no evidence to back up the frozen envelope notion. Number 4 crazy conspiracy theory is Michael Jordan's debts from gambling. The NBA had started looking into Michael Jordan's gambling activities just a few months before Jordan made his first retirement announcement in 1993 and eventually decided to pursue a career in baseball. Jordan said he might return to the NBA if David Stern lets me back in the league, during his news conference to announce his retirement. Why the NBA would cover up Jordan's gambling offenses and banish the best and most well-liked player from the league for 2 years is a mystery to conspiracy theorists. The more plausible explanation is that Jordan, one of the most fiercely competitive athletes, just felt that basketball was no longer challenging and needed something new. The fact that this conspiracy theory revolves around the league's most outstanding player likely contributes to its popularity. The idea is that following their third title, an investigation was started because Michael Jordan's gambling issues had gone out of control. After that, David Stern instructed him to leave the area until the gambling rumors subsided, so he went to play baseball. It doesn't help that in a 2005 interview with Ed Bradley, Jordan essentially acknowledged having a gambling problem. Number 3. Conspiracy theory is Chris Paul gets vetoed. Let's take a brief look at everything happening because this has been a complex case to sort out, and some conspiracies are at play. First, there is the notion that David Stern's veto of this deal was influenced by the NBA owners, mainly supported by the leaked letter from Dan Gilbert to David Stern. This would astonish me since it would be the first time in David Stern's career that he would cede control. Another hypothesis is that Stern was holding on to Paul for the Hornets to sell the franchise for a higher price. This is logical because it would give the new owner authority over the team's travel plans. The current theory is that David Stern blocked the transaction immediately after learning about it because the Lakers acted contrary to what Stern wanted to happen following the lockout. He essentially grabbed control of the team and forced what he desired to take place, driving up the cost to a point where only specific groups would be able to trade for Paul. Number 2 crazy conspiracy theory is the folded envelope. It's only fitting that the NBA utterly botched its first ever draft lottery. They may not have messed it up, but they certainly gave it a shadowy enough appearance to leave a stain on it for all of eternity. The NBA decided they needed to bring Patrick Ewing to New York because the Knicks had been struggling in the league for a few years, and the company would benefit from having an entire New York club. According to the lottery's prevailing opinion, Stern could locate New York's name by slamming the envelope containing its name against the edge of the tumbler. The NBA removed the YouTube video asserting copyright over it, something they hardly ever do these days, giving further credence to the lottery hypothesis. Number 1 crazy conspiracy theory is company men on the floor. Although there may not be as much of a conspiracy behind them now, this has had the most influence on the NBA ever. Tim Donaghy claimed that what everyone had been saying for years when he was detained and ultimately sentenced to jail. Referees rigged games in the NBA to boost ratings. Donaghy claimed that the league employed businessmen on the court who would make foul calls to prolong games or favor the team with a larger market. What fascinating game is the best example of? When Sacramento couldn't get a call to go their way in a Game 6 of the 2002 Western Conference Finals, the Lakers forced a Game 7. The subject of the NBA conspiracy theories is complex. Some theories have lacked supporting evidence, while others could feel there is enough proof to qualify as a conspiracy. But ultimately, every conspiracy theory is just an opinion held by a small or large number of individuals. You must examine what was said but avoid letting it influence your entire viewpoint. The NBA is a business, so it is not strange that they strive to hide so many things to maintain their enterprise. Did you ever believe in any of these? Which one did you find the most interesting? Do let us know in the comment section below. That is all for this video. We will be back soon with another informative video. Don't forget to like and share this video. Until next time.